Here's what's actually happening in the Murray, Utah real estate market today and what it means for buyers and sellers. If you're new here, I track the Murray, Utah real estate market every single week so you can understand what's actually happening and not just what the headlines say. And this week is a really good example of why that matters, because on the surface, the market still looks tight. We don't have a ton of listings hitting the market right now, and inventory feels a little limited. But underneath that, things have clearly shifted. We're in a different environment. We're seeing homes take longer to sell, buyers being more selective, and even some listings sitting longer than 100 days and then they expire. This is not a fast-paced market anymore. It's a precision market. Now let's zoom out because context matters. If we compare this March to a year ago in March 2025, new listings dropped from about 41 homes to 22 homes this year. Pending sales went from 27 under contracts to 18 under contracts this March. Prices softened from about, and this one surprises people, $590,000 to $545,000. So most people don't realize prices have softened in the last year. And that's where they get in trouble. And days on market jumped from 28 days last March to 64 days. It increased more than doubled. So homes are taking longer to sell. So even though inventory still feels relatively low, the behavior of the market has clearly changed. Low inventory doesn't automatically mean a seller's market anymore. And here's a simple way to think about that. Last year, a typical home might go under contract in about 30 days. Now, it's taking closer to 2 months, and sometimes longer if it's not priced right. That's a completely different experience for both buyers and sellers. And when we zoom out even further, like 10 years back, this gives even more perspective. A more typical market cycle in Murray usually means homes taking somewhere like 30 to 45 days, depending on the season. And we're at 60 days for a home to go under contract on average. So what we saw from 2020 to 2022 was the outlier. Homes selling in days, multiple offers, extreme competition. It was aggressive. What we're seeing right now is much closer to a normal market, a stabilizing market, just with a little more sensitivity to pricing and condition. Now here's where this gets really interesting, because this isn't just happening in Murray. Nationally, we're also seeing the same pattern. According to the National Association of Realtors, first-time homebuyers have dropped to around 20 to 24% across the nation. The average first-time homebuyer is, get this, around 40 years old. And buyers overall are taking longer and being more cautious with their decisions. So what that means is the market right now is being driven by smarter, more selective buyers and not by urgency. And that's exactly what we're seeing locally here in Murray. So let's break down what this means for you and how you can take advantage of it. For buyers, this is one of those quiet windows where you can win without competing. You're not dealing with 10 offers anymore. Homes are sitting longer, which gives you more room to negotiate, not just on price, but on terms, repairs, and concessions. And you can use those concessions to buy down your rate, so don't let the rate scare you. If you're prepared, this is an opportunity most people won't even realize is there. And for sellers, this is where strategy matters most, more than ever. Because homes that are priced and positioned correctly in today's market, not last year's market, those are the ones that are selling fast. But if you miss that mark, you don't just sit, you fall behind. We even saw homes this week sitting on over 100 days and then they expired. And that's what happens when the market gets ahead of you. The market is forgiving to prepared sellers and brutal to the ones who guess or just try the market. And that's really the big takeaway this week, folks. This isn't a hot market, but it's not a crashing market. It's a thinking, correcting market. And for people who understand that are the ones who are going to win at it. If you want clarity in this market, not noise, you're in the right place. I do this every week here in Murray and Salt Lake County, and if you want a breakdown of your specific neighborhood or situation, just reach out. That's what I'm here for. Paul Montgomery with Montgomery Real Estate.